This is 2KAM.
As I mentioned before, I always want to manipulate the sound in real time as much as possible. I think this is what techno is about. It's not only having a record run from the beginning to the end, well, at least not for me. For some it might be. So I want to play a track, and when I find a good moment at night, you know, the track is running and it's just perfect right now, I want to be able to loop it. So that's like the first thing. I have stuff running and I sort of feel when I need to loop a section. And once this section is looped, I'm sort of thinking like, okay, I need to push that level now. This loop is running, the atmosphere is there. I want to raise that atmosphere in that direction. That could be like a more melancholic mood or a dark mood, but it also could be like hands in the up mood or whatever. It's just like I want to add something to this. For example, I have a loop running here of a record which has some funky, freaky sounds. And I added another loop from another record with a bass drum. So immediately I have created a new track. Basically, it's two tracks running now, but it sounds like one. Of course, if you only have loops running, it gets a little boring after a while. So you can see if you can maybe add a little effect on a loop. My favorite effects are delay effects with Traktor. The delay and the freeze function is absolutely fantastic. It allows you to do mixes which go on forever and are still a little bit changing. So very trippy stuff, very nice for the music I'm doing. So basically I already have that loop. I have on this loop a delay and a freeze function already. The original sound would be like this. My little delay and freeze is like this. I can even change it on the fly. Make it more sonic. And add the bass drum again. If you have added the bass as well before. So what we've listened so far is just loops, yeah. And I haven't changed the location of the loop, so it's still the same loop from the very beginning. And since I have 4 decks available, I could go and add another loop to make it a little bit more exciting. There's a loop with a little clicky sound going on. And if I think in a moment like the clicky sound gets a little bit annoying to me, what am I doing? I delay it maybe. And if I want this delay to like end forever, I freeze it. And go on with my bass drum loop. That's not it yet. I still have another channel with more loops going on. So I have this running now. I see the party is going and I think like, hey, I want to change direction. I want to add something which is new to the whole thing. Maybe by now I'm thinking of letting something run as well from the other loops. So I mean, I'm still playing tracks, I'm not only playing loops, so I can still use the whole of the track and just leave it running. So there's even more happening in the background and can add something else. Thing is, when you play like this, of course there's always something happening which you don't like. When a piece of a track comes which you're like, oh, I don't like this, you know. The good thing is the software allows you to cover that mistake, maybe, you know. Maybe there is a part coming which you totally don't enjoy. Then you just basically, you can fade it out, or you again loop it and freeze it, and it slowly goes away. So the flow of a set is so much bigger, so much nicer than it ever could be with turntables, because a record is always finished at some point. And if there's something which I really don't like in a club, when I'm standing on the dance floor or I'm listening to a DJ, is if there's a big record running and it's suddenly finished and there's another record starting because he didn't like mix early enough, or the record is just like produced in a way that it just finishes at some point. And I think this destroys very much the flow of a night. And this flow can never end here. You can always like keep it going. Whatever track or record you have running, the only time that something is finishing without you noticing it is that you maybe just have a drink and you didn't loop something by accident or whatever. For example, what's running right now, I haven't really prepared. I just picked these tracks out of my mind and I just loop them. There's a track with a nice vocal, so I loop it. And I take the bass drum out. I can put a delay. How nice is that?
While Ableton Live is an established production tool for the studio, Live is also an award-winning DJ and performance software application. DJs like Sasha, Matthew Deere, Richie Houghton, Paul Van Dyke, and others are using Live for live DJing, either as a standalone or incorporating Live into traditional DJ setups. Others, such as Pete Tong, John Digweed, and Armin van Buren, use Live in the studio to produce and remix music, create mix CDs, and even online radio shows. Using Live's warp markers, you can do your beat matching before you arrive at the gig. Or in a single step, Live can analyze your entire record collection, leading to wow mashups and remix possibilities. Live's real-time jamming capabilities offer astounding on-the-fly remixing and re-editing. You can also drag and drop traditional and non-traditional DJ effects to tweak your set in real time. Live's DJ Crossfader can be mapped to any MIDI controller for innovative effects and DJ-style mixing.
Break. Check it out like this, like so. I return to the verse, burn with the verse. I do it like this cause you know that I thirst with the passion. When the beats I be rapping, when I rock these lyrics so
You can quickly loop sections of your track on the fly, as well as loop hop through sections of material.
I know this dark words push
If you prefer, Live can jog your track's playback start position, skipping inside the audio to create interesting effects or jump to a new place in a given song. Many producers will split a track into parts. You can jump from a track's intro to the chorus, loop it, jump back to the intro, and generally mix it up however you like. If you want to get more involved, you can mix multiple track elements, acapellas, drums, and bass lines individually, with everything synced in real time. This is a great trick for DJs who produce their own beats or loop elements or want to add a MIDI drum loop to the groove. If you prefer traditional decks, Live can also integrate perfectly into your existing setup as a powerful mixtape editing and production facility, or even better, unlimited decks and effects box during a show. Setting up hardware controllers is a